guys, welcome in another video. Thank you for joining me today. Today we have here one of my older models, but I decided to print it again now with my new printer because I wanted to see the quality and the colored version of the model, or the models in this case. This one is Rhino beetle, and we also have here Hercules beetle, which you can find on my Maker World, and you can print it by yourself for free. Also, if you want to learn how to do these models, you can find it on my on my Patreon. Yeah. And we also have here this UV light 365 nanometers, which going to help us later. So we can start with this smaller ones. Some of the supports already coming off. Alright, let's check this one. I also used support for PLA, as you can see this connecting layer of white filament, but I noticed that it's not that great when you have very delicate and small details, like in this one. It's coming off pretty good, but I would say it's better usage for bigger places, not that small ones. Even on this really small layer height, which was I think 0.12. So yeah, good thing to have, and I wanted to test it on this small print. And it works great also. So I really like that one. And also I wanted to make this model to be flexy, so some of the parts can move, and I wanted to test this support for PLA for this head, which is moving a little bit, but we wanna try to move more. Yeah, I think there is maybe no need to be this hinge here because it's too small, but it still kinda works. And this middle one works great. Hopes that this sounds doesn't have very high pitch, but yeah, one of them are done, and even when it's not needed right now. I don't know still if I should talk in the video, but I'm also practicing English because I'm not from English speaking country. So it's also great for me. Alright, looks like we are done with these two small ones. And we will also finish it with the lighter, as always. And in this case, as you can see, it has a flat bottom because the models are too small and it doesn't really look natural. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna heat these areas and also the legs, and we will try to bend them a little bit so they will be more realistic. So let's try. Maybe we will go one by one because we wanna achieve more realism. This PLA needs really a little bit of the heat and it starts bending and it holds the shape immediately. That's what I like about this. Material. And I'm holding on it for a while. And now you can see the differences. I will maybe put it on my hand so you can see better. You see that this one looks much more realistic than only with like flat legs. If you put this somewhere on the tree, many people will think it's real. I already tried. Let's bend the other one. Be careful when you're doing the heat so you don't overdo. And there is also a problem when you do a little because you need to bend it, you don't want to break it, so make sure before you're pulling on these delicate parts, make sure that they are soft, because if I try to bend it like this now when it's cold, I will just easily break that. And I'm trying all three legs at once. Yeah, it looks perfect. these little dudes here. And let's move on the bigger one. I will put them here so they can watch. Alright, this is one of my best models, I would say. And this model also got achievement for to be featured model of Maker World, so they decided to feature this model because they think it's really high quality and it got good performance in support removing and overall quality. So I printed it again with one special filament, what you will see on the end of this video. And as I try to take it off the print bed, some of the supports are already comes off, so this model should be really easy to remove the supports even without support for PLA. So let's try remove them. I maybe try first with the hands and we will see. And there is also a detail on this side of the model, as you will see when I will remove the supports. Mosquito just attacked me on my right ear. Alright, let's continue. The supports comes off really easily. I don't even know why. Because when I was working on this model, first thing what I thought it was like there is so much delicate parts and there's gonna be so bad in the support removing, but they are not, and that's one of the things that makes this model featured, I think. I don't want to break this leg, so I'm gonna try to use clippers for it. This support already comes off really easily. Alright, let's move on the other leg. has like more downloads or so. And as I'm looking on this part here, it looks like there is gonna be support attached a little more. So we'll take a look on it. Why this happened? Oh, alright. It looks like it will go off pretty easy. Hopefully this doesn't make really high sounds. Alright, and you can see the details from the other side. That's actually pretty perfect. I actually tried to print this model without these supports here, and it's possible, so I decided just for sure to put them there because I wanted to make sure everyone going to have successful prints. But if you don't want them, it's also possible to print without them. And this model is also really fun to remove the supports because it's not that difficult and everyone can do that. And it has really a high detail. As you can see, some of the details here that I added it. Sorry for the high sounds, and sorry for me only talking to the left ear. I'm trying to get better in this, but in this position here, as I am right now, I cannot see great on the model, and also my neck hurts a little bit. I'm trying to wiggle it a little bit, but I don't wanna break anything. And it looks like it just comes off. So alright, this model already has the legs in position because it's a little bit better and it's possible. And as you can see, the movement of the model is pretty realistic. It even can close this and open a little bit. And also you can move with all the really small hinges here with the legs. And you have details from the bottom. And also move every leg and head itself with only face moving. So I would say small hinges that can melt into one solid part really quick, so we're going to be really gentle with the flame. If we see that some of the parts doesn't wanna go, we're just going to let them be like that, because if we try it a little bit more with the flame, we will just deform the model. So, alright, here we are. The model is done, and this part here